Today on The Occult Detective, we're going to talk about Aleister Crowley's The Testament of Magdalen Blair.
The ego is the worm that dieth not, and existence the fire that is not quenched. Yet in this universal pyre, in this barothrum of liquid lava, jetted from the volcanoes of the infinite, the lake of fire that is reserved for the devil and his angels, might not one at last touch bottom? But time was no more, neither any alien thereof. The shell was consumed, the gases of the body combined and recombined, flamed off, free from organic form. Where was Arthur? His brain, his individuality, his life were utterly destroyed. As separate things, yes, Arthur had universal consciousness. And I heard this utterance, or rather, this is my translation into English of a single thought whose synthesis is woe. Substance is called spirit or matter. Spirit and matter are one, indivisible, eternal, indestructible, infinite in eternal change, infinite in eternal pain. No absolute, no truth, no beauty, no idea, nothing but the whirlwinds of form, unresting, unappeasable. Eternal hunger, eternal war, change and pain infinite and unceasing. There is no individuality but an illusion, and the illusion is change and pain, and its destruction is change and pain, and its new segregation from the infinite and eternal is change and pain, and substance infinite and eternal is change and pain unspeakable. Beyond thought, which is change and pain, lies being, which is change and pain. These were the last words intelligible. They lapsed into the eternal moan. Woe, 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 in unceasing monotony that rings always in my ears if I let my thought fall from the height of activity. Listen to the voice of my sensorium. In my sleep, I am partially protected, and I keep a lamp constantly alight to burn tobacco in the room. But yet, too often my dreams throb with that reiterated, woe, 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 woe.
Oscar Wilde's best friend, Frank Harris, said that Aleister Crowley's The Testament of Magdalen Blair was the scariest story ever written. He's not too far off the mark. Aleister Crowley needs no introduction. Often termed as the wickedest man in the world, Crowley was a mad genius. He was a magician, a mountain climber, a chess master, a writer, a publisher, an artist. He was all those things and more. As an author, he has written some of the finest occult detective tales ever written. His Simon If stories are terrific. The novel Moonchild is brilliant. And, but probably the best bit of fiction he ever wrote was The Testament of Magdalen Blair. And it is truly frightening. It's very evocative, very, very deep. And just, he taps into the emotion of the bereaved Magdalen Blair and just the insights into death and the hereafter and just the torment of life and lifelessness. It is essentially about the occult view of existence. Crowley taps into that fear of existence and non-existence, and he plumbs those depths masterfully. He has a terrific command of the English language, and it's very British in its sensibilities. I think you can compare it to some of Edgar Allan Poe's work. Just there's a nihilism, a depression, an oppression that just comes through the prose. And I think in the snippet I shared with you, I think you see it. There's almost a poetry to it, and yeah, it's certainly one of Crowley's most endearing things that he penned, and it does not get celebrated enough. I think it's overlooked a lot simply because of who the man is, and so many magicians overlook Crowley's fiction, and so many writers and critics do the same. They just they pass over the fiction because of the reputation of the man and the mythology surrounding his occultism and his esoteric adventures. Crowley was a tremendous poet, uh, and I sometimes think that he just couldn't get out of his own way. He had the potential to be one of the greatest authors in the English speaking world. And boy, when he was at his best, as in the Testament of Magdalen Blair, yeah, it really shined through his potential. And there's a reason why he still, after all this time, is still spoken of. He was, as I termed earlier, a mad genius. Just a really talented individual who aspired for the stars and kind of brought a little bit of the heavens down with him into this pit of despair and this wonderful short story that he penned. So he's a great addition to the March of the Magicians booktube event. We'll keep pressing on. We'll probably delve into a little more Crowley as the week rolls on. So that's all I have for you now. We'll talk again real soon. And I just noticed I have a goblin on my shoulder. Fitting.